Katy!
Woo!
Elon Musk just exposed Katy Perry's so-called feminist space dream. And she didn't just respond, she snapped. What started as a meme has now turned into a full-blown space feud. And it's out of this world. Let's rewind. Katy Perry went viral after saying she wanted to be the first woman to sing in space. It was quirky, bold, classic Katy. But then Joe Rogan dragged her on his podcast, mocking her dream and calling it a zero-gravity concert nobody asked for. The internet erupted. Memes, roasts, debates. Katy stayed silent at first, then launched a powerful response that flipped the narrative and won fans back. But now, Elon Musk has entered the chat, and he's not impressed. It all started when a fan posted a Katy Perry meme captioned, "Manifesting this queen performing the first zero-G concert in orbit." It was meant to be playful, aspirational, but they tagged Elon Musk, probably hoping for a like, maybe a joke. Instead, Elon replied, "We launch astronauts, not concerts." Just 6 words. Cold, sharp, and unmistakably Elon. Classic Musk, deadpan, sarcastic, and calculated. But the real blow came later. During a Twitter Spaces Q&A, someone asked Elon how he felt about celebrities wanting to join space flights. And this time, he didn't hold back. It's disrespectful to call yourself a real astronaut just because you got a ride. Astronauts train for years. They risk their lives. They don't go up there to live stream a ballad. He wasn't done. The rocket was built by men, flown on autopilot, and all she did was sit in a chair and sing. That's not feminism. That's PR. You could hear the silence in the Spaces room. That moment was clipped, reposted, and captioned 100 different ways within the hour. Some praised him. Finally, someone said it. Space isn't Coachella. Others were furious. Way to erase women in STEM, Elon. Wow, man really said built by men like it was a flex. Boom, mic dropped directly onto a landmine, and now everyone was watching, waiting to see if Katy would fire back. The quote hit X, Reddit, and YouTube within minutes. Clips were everywhere. Screen recorded, re-uploaded, recaptioned. Fan edits layered Elon's quote over dramatic NASA footage with firework ironically playing in the background. Headlines flooded the timeline. Elon Musk shades Katy Perry's space dreams. Musk mocks pop stars in orbit. Elon just nuked the internet with a microphone. Tech blogs applauded him for bringing logic back to space exploration. Finally, someone said what engineers have been thinking. Space travel isn't a music video. But Katy's fans weren't having it. You're a billionaire mocking a woman for dreaming big? Didn't you name a rocket after your ex? And we're the unserious ones. Some even pointed out the irony. Elon, who once hosted SNL, dressed as Wario, now drawing the line at pop performances in space. Others brought receipts, clips of astronauts singing aboard the ISS, NASA's past collaborations with artists, footage of Elon dancing awkwardly at Tesla launches. The drama quickly outgrew fandom lines. Even people outside the celebrity bubble started weighing in. Political commentators, comedians, STEM influencers. One post summed it up perfectly. This isn't about space. It's about who gets to be taken seriously when they dream. It was no longer just a spicy soundbite. It was a cultural flashpoint, and the internet had officially chosen violence. The question now wasn't if Katy would respond. It was how hard she would hit back. It got worse. As the internet spiraled into debate, Elon poured gasoline on the fire. He liked a post that called Katy's space ambition fake feminism wrapped in glitter. Another read, using feminism for publicity. Disgraceful. Real astronauts don't need choreography. Elon replied with one word. Exactly. That reply sent shockwaves. It wasn't just shade anymore. It was a direct indictment. A billionaire tech mogul publicly dismissing a pop star's dream and calling it performative. Within hours, the backlash began. STEM professionals, educators, and women's organizations started speaking out. This is exactly why girls drop out of science programs. You don't get to gatekeep space. Inspiration doesn't need to pass a physics exam. One viral tweet from a female aerospace engineer read, "I became an engineer because I saw a woman perform science experiments on a kid's show. It started with dreams. Don't belittle that." Meanwhile, Elon's supporters doubled down too. We don't need influencers in orbit. Let's keep space serious. It's not anti-woman to expect qualifications. The comment sections were a war zone. Every reply thread a battlefield between logic, dreams, clout, and credibility. Every take was either she's a fraud or she's a visionary. And through it all, Katy said nothing. No tweet, no statement, no cryptic emoji, but her fans knew the silence wasn't surrender. It was the calm before the storm, because Katy Perry doesn't disappear. She waits for her moment, and then she did it. After days of silence, speculation, and debate, Katy finally broke it. She posted an Instagram story, a solid black background centered in white text. Funny how some people think inspiring girls makes me fake. Keep building your rockets. I'll keep reaching for the stars. No names, no hashtags, no over-explaining, just pure, unapologetic attitude. It was short, but it landed like a meteor. Within minutes, it was screenshotted, reposted, and captioned with fire emojis. Her fans called it the classiest burn in history. She clapped back without even raising her voice. This is why she's still one of the best to ever do it. Even some neutral observers tipped their hats. Say what you want about Katy, but that was surgical. Media outlets jumped on it. Katy Perry fires back at Elon Musk with poetic mic drop. Pop star versus Rocket Man enters new orbit. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, it was controlled, which in a world addicted to chaos made it feel even more powerful. But Elon, he wasn't done either, and judging by his next move, he took her post very personally. Days later, Elon tweeted, "Performance over performance art. No tags, no photos, just 7 words, sharper than any rocket launch." It was cold, cryptic, and unmistakably Elon. And once again, fans connected the dots. The tweet dropped just hours after Katy's Instagram story had gone viral. Coincidence? No one believed that. That's definitely about Katy. He's still firing shots. We're living in a petty space soap opera. The replies spiraled instantly. Some praised him for being too smart for pop stars. Others accused him of being obsessed. She posted one sentence and he's still spiraling? You're running Tesla, not Twitter beefs. Influencers jumped in. One pop culture commentator posted, "Imagine being the richest man alive and still getting rattled by a glitter emoji." STEM YouTubers made reaction videos breaking down the feud like it was a chess match. This is Musk's most calculated clapback since he called that guy a pedo. Even journalists dissected the language. Performance as in rocket thrust or as in real achievements? Performance art implying Katy's activism is all aesthetic? The debate wasn't just about a tweet anymore. It was about what kind of success deserves respect, what kind of voice belongs in space, and what happens when two of the most opinionated celebrities on Earth go head to head without ever saying each other's names. The war of silence was officially back on, and it was louder than ever. Then came the think pieces. The internet had done its thing, but now the media was catching up. Is Katy Perry being mocked for dreaming? Why Elon's shade might backfire? The gender politics of space travel. Now pop culture meets propulsion. Who gets to dream in public? Suddenly the Katy versus Elon spat wasn't just entertainment. It was a litmus test. Mainstream outlets like The Guardian, Vox, and The Atlantic began publishing essays exploring deeper questions. Why are women ridiculed for ambition? Is there space, literally and figuratively, for art in science? And why do billionaire men feel so comfortable punching down at pop stars? Feminist organizations called Elon out for undermining women who inspire. Several women in aerospace shared personal stories about being dismissed for not fitting the serious scientist mold. One tweet from a NASA advisor went viral. "I dreamed of stars because I saw them in songs first." Meanwhile, tech blogs jumped to Elon's defense. Space isn't a stage. We can't let inspiration dilute expertise. Reddit, still memes. Photoshopped images of Katy floating past Mars with Elon scowling in the background. It was no longer about a tweet or a dream. This was about who gets to be taken seriously when they speak about the stars, and neither side was backing down. Not one to fade into the background, Katy dropped an Instagram reel. It hit at midnight. No warning, no teaser, just impact. The video opened with her slow walking through a fog machine haze, wearing a custom sparkling astronaut costume that looked like it was designed by Chanel and NASA. Her boots lit up with every step. Behind her, a swirling, starry sky projected across a backdrop. Ambient music played softly until she raised a microphone, looked directly into the camera, and mouthed the words, "Still dreaming, still singing, still not sorry." The caption, the same. No tags, no mentions, no mercy. It was part music video, part middle finger, part TED Talk, a masterclass in subtle defiance. Fans lost it. The petty is intergalactic. She's turning this into a movement. This is what a clapback with a production budget looks like. Even non-fans admitted, this was next level. Fashion blogs analyzed the suit. Music blogs asked if she was teasing a new era. And space Twitter, some loved it, some cringed. Some just posted gifs of Elon facepalming. But one thing was clear, Katy wasn't just pushing back. She was reclaiming the narrative, one glittering moon boot at a time. And just when you thought it was over, a fan tweeted a meme. Katy, photoshopped in a glittery spacesuit, singing Roar on the dusty red surface of Mars. The caption, Katy Perry, headlining the first Martian halftime show. It was meant to be lighthearted, but Elon saw it and decided to take one last shot. He quote tweeted the meme with, "At least she's not auto-tuned in space. Savage. No filter. Classic Musk." The tweet racked up over 200,000 likes in an hour. Tech bros, crypto fanboys, and Elon loyalists flooded the replies with laughing emojis. But Katy's fans, they unleashed. Imagine being worth $250 billion and still beefing with a pop star. Bro is more press than the vinyl for Witness. Katy Perry lives rent-free on Mars and in your mind. Katy's fandom responded with memes of their own. Katy in a glittery Tesla, Elon photoshopped holding a Grammy. He's never won ET playing over SpaceX rocket launches. Pop culture pages reposted the exchange with captions like, "We've reached peak pettiness in the galaxy." Elon takes a shot, but Katy's army fires back. Influencers dissected the tweet like it was a foreign policy statement. Music outlets asked, is Musk punching down or playing PR chess? And once again, Katy stayed silent, because at this point, her fans were doing all the talking, and they weren't just defending her dream anymore. They were defending the right to dream at all. So now the question is, did Elon Musk expose a PR stunt disguised as empowerment, or did Katy Perry prove that art, ambition, and female voices do belong in space? Drop your thoughts in the comments.